Imagine being the only black female mechanic in a tough neighborhood, working hard every day to prove yourself in a world that often doubts you. That was the reality for Tasha, a skilled and passionate bike mechanic who loved nothing more than getting her hands dirty under the hood. But one day, her world was turned upside down after she made a bold choice to fix a Hells Angels motorcycle. This wasn't just any customer, this was someone from a notorious biker club known for their strict rules and fierce loyalty. Everyone warned her to stay away, but Tasha believed in her skills and didn't judge a bike by its owner. What happened next would change everything. Instead of gratitude, she faced something far more shocking. She was fired from the shop she had dedicated herself to. The reason? Her boss couldn't handle the risk or the reputation. But the story doesn't end there. The Hells Angel himself stepped in, and his response left everyone around speechless. Was it anger, respect, or something no one expected? This tale touches on themes of courage, prejudice, and unexpected alliances, in a world where trust is hard-earned. Stay with me as we dive into the full story behind the black girl mechanic who defied expectations and the powerful reaction that followed. You won't want to miss what happens next. Tasha's journey wasn't easy. Growing up in a neighborhood where opportunities were limited, she found her passion early fixing bikes and engines. From a young age, she watched her father tinker with motorcycles, learning every detail and challenge. But being a black woman in a male-dominated field meant she had to work twice as hard to earn respect. She took every job seriously, proving her talent one repair at a time. When the chance came to work at a popular local repair shop, she thought she had finally found her place. Then came the day the Hells Angel rode in. His bike was battered, loud, and unmistakable, a symbol of a world most avoided. The other mechanics hesitated, whispering warnings about the dangers of crossing the biker club. But Tasha saw a broken bike in need of repair, not a gang member. She didn't back down. She put in long hours, using her skills to bring the bike back to life. Word spread quickly, and the shop's owner soon caught wind of the situation. He was worried about trouble, about the shop's reputation, and about the risks tied to the Hells Angels. When Tasha was called into the office and told she was being let go, she was shocked and hurt. Her work wasn't the problem, it was who she chose to help. But what happened after that meeting was even more unexpected. The Hells Angel didn't just walk away. His reaction was something no one saw coming. It raised questions about respect, loyalty, and the true meaning of trust in a world filled with judgment. The tension between these characters was just beginning to unfold. After Tasha was fired, rumors started swirling around the neighborhood and the repair shop. Some people admired her bravery for standing by her skills and helping someone others feared. Others whispered that she had made a dangerous mistake, crossing a line that couldn't be undone. The shop owner's decision was seen as a move to protect his business, but it left many questioning what loyalty really meant in their tight-knit community. Tasha herself felt torn. She had always believed in doing the right thing, but now that belief seemed to cost her everything she had worked for. Meanwhile, the Hells Angel, known as Marcus, became a surprising figure in the story. Instead of anger or confrontation, Marcus showed a level of respect toward Tasha that few expected. He visited the shop after she was let go, quietly asking questions about her and the situation. Some saw this as a protective move. Others thought it was an attempt to keep things peaceful. Behind the scenes, Marcus's own struggles surfaced. A man caught between loyalty to his club and a growing admiration for someone who didn't fit the usual mold. At the same time, Tasha faced pressure from friends and family. Some urged her to forget the whole thing and move on, warning her about the dangers of standing up to powerful groups. Others encouraged her to fight back, to prove that her skills and integrity mattered more than fear. As the tension grew, the community watched closely, divided between support and doubt. The question lingered: would Tasha's courage lead to respect, or would it only bring more trouble? The answers were still out of reach, leaving the story hanging in a delicate balance. Days passed, but the air around Tasha thickened with unease. The firing had become the talk of the town, and the tension wasn't just inside the repair shop. It spilled into the streets, into whispered conversations at local hangouts, and into the hearts of those who knew her story. Tasha felt the weight of judgment from some, but also the quiet support of others who believed in her courage. Still, she couldn't shake the feeling that something bigger was coming, something that would force everyone to face the truth beneath the surface. Marcus, the Hells Angel, kept making unexpected moves. He showed up unannounced near the shop, sometimes watching from a distance, other times speaking softly to a few people who knew Tasha well. His presence was like a shadow, both protective and unsettling. No one knew exactly what he was planning, but it was clear he wasn't ready to let things slide quietly. The biker's respect for Tasha seemed genuine, but in that world, respect often came with a price, and everyone wondered what it might be. Tasha herself was caught between fear and determination. She had been offered chances to back down, to avoid trouble, but something inside her refused to give in. She spent hours reflecting on what this fight really meant, not just for her, but for anyone trying to break stereotypes and stand up against unfair rules. As the days grew darker, the community held its breath, waiting for the moment when everything would come to a head. The stage was set for a confrontation that could change lives forever. What would happen when courage met danger? The answer was closer than anyone imagined. Just when it seemed the tension had reached its peak, a new twist shook everything to its core. One evening, as Tasha was closing up her small garage, she received an unexpected visit not from Marcus or anyone from the Hells Angels, but from the shop owner who had fired her. His face was serious, eyes avoiding hers as he handed her a sealed envelope. Inside was a letter, filled with warnings and a strange offer he wanted her to keep quiet about what really happened with the Hells Angels bike, hinting that there were secrets far deeper than just a repair job gone wrong. At the same time, whispers started spreading about a rival biker gang, watching Marcus closely, ready to take advantage of any sign of weakness. Suddenly, the simple act of fixing a bike wasn't just about engines and grease. It was tied to power struggles and hidden alliances in a world Tasha barely understood. The stakes were rising fast, and the danger wasn't just from losing a job anymore. It was about survival and loyalty in a community ruled by unspoken rules and fierce respect. Tasha realized that her decision to help Marcus had set off a chain reaction, one that involved more than just her and the repair shop. Now, caught between rival gangs and old loyalties, she faced a choice that could change everything. With her reputation, safety, and future all on the line, the pressure was mounting like never before. The question was no longer who she was fixing bikes for, but who she could really trust. The story was about to explode, and no one saw how deep the conflict would go. The tension finally snapped one night when Marcus showed up at Tasha's garage, not with threats, but with a surprising offer. He wanted her to join forces with him not just as a mechanic, but as someone who could help bridge the gaps between rival gangs and the community. Marcus explained that fixing his bike wasn't just about the machine, it was a symbol of trust and respect. A step toward changing old rivalries. Tasha was shocked, but saw an opportunity to prove that skill and courage could challenge old prejudices. Meanwhile, the shop owner who had fired her returned, this time not with threats but apologies. He admitted he had underestimated her strength and the respect she commanded, not just from Marcus but from the whole neighborhood. He wanted to make things right, offering her a chance to come back and lead a new team that welcomed diversity and courage. Just as it seemed the story was wrapping up, the final twist hit. The rival gang, expecting a showdown, unexpectedly reached out to Tasha. They wanted her help to not just to fix their bikes, but to become a symbol of change in a world where trust was rare. Tasha found herself in the middle of something bigger than she ever imagined, a chance to rewrite the rules not just for mechanics, but for the whole community. Her journey from being fired to becoming a bridge between worlds left everyone speechless. It was more than a story about a black girl mechanic. It was about courage, respect, and breaking barriers in unexpected ways. The road ahead was still uncertain, but Tasha had proven one thing: sometimes, the most powerful change starts with a simple act of fixing what's broken. With the rival gang reaching out, Tasha realized her role was no longer just about fixing bikes, it was about mending relationships and building trust where it seemed impossible. The community, once divided by fear and judgment, started to shift. Her garage became a symbol of change, a place where skill and respect mattered more than backgrounds or reputations. Marcus stood by her side, proving that even in the toughest circles, respect could be earned and given. The shop owner's apology and offer showed that people could grow, that fear and prejudice didn't have to